So it's time for another Tuesday question of the week. And this week's question, I've been asked by multiple people. They're asking, what is the market like right now for selling and for buying as well? I mean, it all gets combined. So what we've got right now, we have rates that are climbing. We did stay kind of flat. The Fed didn't increase anything, but that doesn't mean our rates aren't going up. And we have prices actually increasing. But our number of sales in September were down by 40% here in Cincinnati. You know, we had that hijacking of Rapatoni that happened back in August, so that contributed to that decrease somewhat. But we're still able to do business right now. So, you know, a lot of it has to do with inventory too. Sellers just want to make sure that they can sell their property for the highest price in the shortest amount of time. And some of them got scared off by what happened by that takedown of Rapatoni. I think those factors contributed. I don't think that it's the entire picture, because if we remember back to last fall, we had the same phenomenon where in October, November, things were a little bit slower. And then by mid to late November, we were cranking again. So, you know, who knows what'll happen. But right now, when I looked at the average days on market for the last Claremont County update, we were sitting at 15 days on market, which seems like an eternity compared to a matter of hours or maybe 1 day on market, back when our averages were like 2 or 3. But still 15 days is pretty great. So, you know, when you take a look at that, having your house on the market for just a little over 2 weeks on average isn't a bad thing. I remember when I started, and I would tell my sellers back in 08, we might get your house sold in 6 months. So 15 days compared to 6 months we're looking pretty great still with average days on market. So for sellers, we're very slow compared to where we were. If you don't get your house under contract in that first weekend, you can expect delays. You will have a house that's sitting on the market longer than other people have had to wait, for sure. So a good rule of thumb is, you know, if you're not under contract in the first 2 weeks, might have to make some adjustments. But there are some delays when you're selling if you don't get under contract in the first weekend. For buyers, though, you know, we're seeing property that I can get my buyers into something and get them under contract right now. If you're a buyer, don't sit on the sidelines. Let's see if we can adjust your loan type or something about your situation and get you out there, because right now, just like last fall, isn't a bad time to get under contract if you're a buyer. I know the rates are high. Someone made a remark that the rates are historically high. That is absolutely false. They are not historically high. They're not anywhere near double digits, 18, 22% like we saw in the early 80s and late 70s. So we are not historically high with the rates. The prices are historically high. That's the problem. But again, you know, they're not going down. They don't seem to be because of our inventory shortage. You know, when you're taking a look at all of this, getting the best deal possible is what counts. And I think if you're buying right now in the fall, you've got a better chance of that than you do when you're competing with everyone in more of a spring or summer market. So right now, things are a little slower. Expect delays, but it's still possible for sellers to get houses under contract in the first weekend. And it's definitely still possible for buyers to find a great house. If you were going conventional before, you might want to talk to your loan officer about flipping to FHA. Just making adjustments like that. If you're going to put down a huge down payment before, maybe you don't put such a big one down now, depending on what your situation looks like. And definitely talk to your loan officer about what options you have at this point to get you the lowest rate possible. If you have questions about this or any other real estate related topic, you know, you can always call me at 513-236-1254 or private message me. And if you're watching on YouTube, as always, please subscribe. Thanks. Bye.